High blood pressure, it's a killer, no doubt about this. But as with all things biological, it's complicated because, well, life impacts blood pressure. There's getting to work, finding a parking. There's work itself, the kids, your posture, the weather, the 6 cups of coffee you needed to drink to get the job done, and of course, your takeaway dinner. You get the picture. Your blood pressure is going to move up and down all day. In fact, high blood pressure is lauded as a health move. That's why we're all encouraged to go to the gym, where it's good to have it up momentarily. But if it's up when you visit your doctor, well, then it's bad. And if it's consistently up in the doctor's office, it gets you a diagnosis of hypertension, and more often than not, a drug prescription. Because, as I said, high blood pressure is a killer. But it is important to realize high blood pressure is only a killer when it happens at the wrong time. And this is the caveat. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we look at when you need your blood pressure to be low. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heft lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. Now, the time you want your blood pressure to be low is not when you're visiting your doctor per se. You need it to be low when you're sleeping. In fact, this is what your blood pressure should look like over a 24-hour period. There's a jolly big spike when you get out of bed, and your blood pressure remains quite high for the first few hours of your day. Then it takes a dip in the afternoon, reaching its lowest point in the day by late afternoon before climbing for a second time early in the evening. Once you're tucked in bed, it should take a nosedive, dropping somewhere between 10 and 20%. Now, you might and you might not be following this pattern. When blood pressure is measured over a 24-hour period, this is referred to as ambulatory blood pressure monitoring. 3 patterns arise. Here are samples of 3 different individuals. Let's call them Dick, Tom, and Harry. Dick and Tom will both have been diagnosed with high blood pressure, since their levels are outside of the acceptable range, which is shown by the blue line. And they're also likely to have been prescribed anti-hypertensive medications. Now, Dick really has a problem. Tom, not so much, but he will be taking drug-lowering medication, probably unnecessarily, and they're costing a fortune and putting him at risk of other health problems. Remember, drugs always have side effects. What about Harry? Well, if his doc didn't do the ambulatory blood pressure monitoring, he would have been slapped on the back with a jolly well done. Your blood pressure is normal. But it's not. This guy is in trouble. Serious trouble. He's got masked hypertension. Now, more and more scientific studies show the risk from high blood pressure is coming when blood pressure is high when you're sleeping. You want to be a dipper. Unfortunately, to know whether you are or not will require more than a blood pressure reading taken at home or in your doctor's office. You need to be strapped up to a device that can monitor your blood pressure over a 24-hour period and then report on your blood pressure in the middle of the night. The technology does exist, and using it to diagnose high blood pressure is actually recommended by most health authorities, but it's not always done. It's expensive and inconvenient. But if you're worried about cardiovascular disease, your asleep blood pressure is the reading that really matters. And If this reading is high, this is the number you should be working to improve. So how do you do this? Well, it probably doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. If you want your blood pressure to be low at night, you need to be doing what you can to keep your body's clock in sync with the sun. Sleep, exposure to light, and the timing of your meals are just some of the levers you can pull to improve your circadian rhythm. If you are taking blood pressure lowering meds, you want to take them so that they do their thing at night, because this is the time you need them. Optimizing the time you take your medication is called chronotherapy. It's something you should be doing. Discuss this with your healthcare provider. Some meds used to treat high blood pressure, like diuretics, these make you pee, do not lend themselves to being taken at night, but most do. And they do more for you when you take them at night. Getting the timing right on your meds will help you create better body chemistry and better health. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry or need a little help getting your body chemistry on track? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who suffers from hypertension. Share this video with them so they know that the blood pressure they're targeting is their sleep blood pressure. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.